Hi, I'm back and I am ready to go with this next session. I am going to be doing this new thing that I came up with while I was in the midst of the wee hours of the night. That it could be valuable for you to have access to my treasure trove of resources that I use, and some of them unexplored, and some of them resources that I use on the regular. I thought it was a great opportunity for me to also spend the time to actually leverage all of the products that I have purchased. I know that many of you are in the same position. We see something, we think it's going to be useful for us. Colin discussed a man who talked about purchasing for just in time rather than just in case, and the difference being often we buy things just in case we are going to do this thing down the line, which often leads us to over purchasing and having too much clutter. And just in time is when you're buying what you need for the specific purpose. So you buy it when it's necessary. You don't have to, maybe I'll buy the tent on sale just in case I am suddenly moved to go camping, which I have not been moved to do in decades of my life. But just in case I want to go camping, rather than, oh, there's an opportunity, we're going to the Grand Canyon or we're going to a national park somewhere and would like to have this experience. Couldn't it be great to camp? Then buying the tent. So I think you get the point. I really loved Colin sharing that, and I will have in the comments who originated that concept or who talks about that concept. I can't remember his name. I will get it to you anyway. To the segment, I'm going to be sharing my screen with you, um, and I just need to pull it up, and we will be looking at step shot guides. First, I'm going to bring it up. Actually, first I'm going to bring this up. Oops, I think I have to go back. Let me just make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. I don't think you are. Stop that screen. And we'll bring another one up. Okay, give me a second here. I'll put this up and then I'll find that screen and get it to you. I want to share with you the opening. So what I'm doing is in this exploration is I'm going to walk you through these things. I'm going to start at the beginning and let's see that this is the right one. Okay. Okay. Step shot guides. So here we go. Great. We are going to be talking about that. I'm going to read what it is, and then we're going to go over to my account. So StepShot Guides it's actually an all-in-one documentation program. I have to say yes to these cookies. Let's go. And for some reason, it's not showing up. Oh, really? Yes. StepShot actually becomes a part of UiPath, which I do not know of UiPath, but I had purchased StepShot Guides before, and I still maintain my license for it or my use of it. But let's see what it is about. StepShot Guides is your tool to create a process documentation guide in a breeze. Simply yet powerful document workflow software for writing a user manual, step-by-step guide, and process document 90% quicker than before. Now, this is great. I think we'll even follow the, if you are thinking about buying this, I think we'll even go to the next step. Let's see what they say officially about this. So the great thing about StepShot, I mean, there's lots of software apps, things that are on offer out there. Lots of resources that can help you do the same thing. This is the one that I actually have and have not tried to use yet, and that is thus why it is being featured today in this showcase of Explore. Right? You can see what you can do with this. It is the easiest way to get your process documentation done fast while making it look professional. You get to use custom templates, free training, and dedicated support. Writing a user manual is no longer a pain, and that is great. As it says, who's it for? It is for training employees, it is for sharing knowledge in professional networks or in groups, masterminds. It is for delegating tasks between you and your staff or your team. It is for creating knowledge based articles that you can use in your content creation. It is delivering documentation for clients so that they can follow what it is that you're doing, especially if you are working as a web designer or you're helping people with social media or digital marketing. If you are walking them through a process, this is going to be really valuable. You will also be able to use it to document business processes. Now, I have used the old version. I've worked with clients and then I've copy pasted like the man in the video was showing, longhand versus shorthand. And this is said to make it simple. It looks great, and we're going to talk about this as I get in the back end, so that you can see this more clearly and be a part of this walkthrough. But first, we are showing how it works, and that is you will be taking a screenshot with every mouse click. You'll go through the procedure and get a nicely styled manual ready in only a few minutes. StepShot generates step-by-step descriptions without you even typing text manually. Now, it sounds almost too good to be true. I'm looking forward to using this. That's why I bought it. It is going to give us the ability to customize a guide to meet our needs. And if you want your outputs to be aligned with your brand, you can even customize them with the intuitive PDF template. And it doesn't even require any coding. So that looks cool. Copy a text from a screenshot. Now, this is also really, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the technology. Oh, there it is. It's right there. Why don't I just read this? The OCR. Yes. Um, if you want to quickly capture an error message, now it's possible to avoid having to manually type it up. You can integrate the OCR technology that recognizes a text from any image and insert it into, you know, anywhere that you feel is appropriate in the document. You can also get various outputs in form of the formats. If you need to save the guide in Word and then export it again as a PDF file or a video tutorial, no problem. StepShot offers you 8 amazing formats, and those formats are Word, images, PDF, HTML, video, cloud, WordPress, and PowerPoint. So, something for everyone. It's going to be, if it works to plan, and we're about to see, it's It's going to save you so much time, and it will be something that you can put together in your documentation process to help onboard people. If you're, if you're an entrepreneur bringing people into the fold as a startup, then you can really use this to advantage. And actually, I'm saying that theoretically, you can use this to advantage. Again, we'll get to my evaluation at the end, thus the exploration. But you will be able to share your content online. You'll be able to share the guides online via StepShot Cloud, and embed your content directly into your support knowledge base. It is perfect for who? It is perfect for IT operations team. Automatically document any process, create user guides, knowledge base articles, and SOPs in just minutes. Enterprise consultants successfully onboard your clients and make them highly rate your work with the help of quick step guides, helps of quick step-by-step guides. CEOs and founders automate the way you delegate tasks and organize employee training, saving time for decision-making process. HRs and trainers create simple step-by-step guides and training videos to ensure outstanding employee training process. 4 easy steps to get a perfect guide. Capture is key, enhance is key, customizing is key, and exporting is key. You want to unlock all the possible benefits with the document workflow software. You can stop procrastinating, make more time for yourself, and boost your productivity. And then it talks about that Microsoft Technology Evangelists create guides twice as fast. UCL saves 80% of time on creating training and video tutorials. And Cloud Commerce Pro, productivity boost in e-commerce company with StepShot. So we're down to the tutorials, and that means it's time to move on to the back end. I have already logged in, so I am going to stop this screen and I'm going to go to the next. And that next screen is going to bring us to the back end of this product. And we're going to see how we use it. Okay. So I have installed the app, but let's over here, you can see create. And I have no guides because this is, I just, unpack this. I can see over here. So what I do when I go through software or when I go through sites, when I go through software, when I go through any apps, I systematically go through every section to try to get an overview of what it is, and then I dive into each section. So over here, this is what in part this software will do for us, but I'm going to show you this way before I hopefully am able to even install, and this is what we'll see. StepShot, you can create, and you have the folder, the guide, and the labels of how you would like to do that. I can look at my projects. I have no projects. I have no guides. This is visible only to me. I can set up my labels here, but I have no labels to display. I can click here to add one, and then I have trash. Over to the right, we have the search guide, but there are no guides to search. You have help to the right, which is really the key, and probably somewhere would have been a good place to start. I started going down instead of going across, which normally I would have. So looking at this, this is where you're creating your new guide to the left, going down to the projects. And as it says, projects can be private or shared with users in your team. Manage projects and their access in account settings. You can go to My Guides. This is your default project. Only you have access to it, and guides you publish from the app will appear here. Labels, use labels to sort and find guides quickly. Add a label by right-clicking on a guide or visit label page to manage them. There is something down here. Apparently it is trash, but I can't see it. The search by guide is at the top, and the settings, the manager workspace, team, projects, and your subscription plan there is in the settings, and then the account. So you can edit your profile, change your password, select workspaces, and so on and so forth. So let's get out of there and let's install that app. I've already downloaded here and I want to see how it works. I'm going to need to I'm clicking on this down here, but I'm not seeing it open. It's thinking and it is doing the setup. Okay, the setup seems to be pretty seamless. Okay, well, what happened there? Still thinking. Okay, okay, it's running. So I'm a little confused by that. Maybe it's me, but if I start a folder and I'll say explore, um, explore resources, and actually I'm gonna put it, this is actually the entrepreneur hotline. So I call it TE hotline. Explore resources, which is the segment that I'm using. Okay, I got that. Now I want to go in and see. Okay, that's my folders, and I will create a create. Where is that? No labels to. Okay, right here. I'm going to say create label TE hotline so that I know it's related to this. And I will say create. I did the folder, so now I have a guide. I want to do, let's see, whoops, I popped myself out of it apparently. Guide, zoom. Zoom is here, so if I do this, let me see how I would go in here. I'm going to look. I can edit the name and I can rename and add or remove labels, move to and remove. Now, my interest is how I actually create the step-by-step guide. Interesting. I don't think that it's actually super intuitive, that this part. The untitled project is TE HOTLINE resources, resource manuals. Right now it's all. Maybe I want to make that private for the moment. Now it's assigned to me. Created, right? So I will go in and the settings are there. Okay, now I'm in the interesting why I'm here. And how do I get back out? So I want to go to my projects. I can add team, so I can activate 0 licenses because of the plan that I'm on, but you have a chance to add more people. So let's look how to invite users and manage licensees. You have an option of including more team members, and that's relevant, especially if you're in a larger organization. The license allows you to use the same license on all workstations that belong to you. You are allowed to install your license on temporary workstations, like when visiting your client. You are not allowed to transfer your license to third parties, like your teammate, customers, virtual assistants, and VAs. So this is a quite extensive sharing guide on what you can and you can't do that I'm not going to go through and read at this point, but it lets you know about the registered users and um, how it works for people without the account, and remembering how the ownership and like who's allowed to use what. So okay, now I'm wondering, did I just pop out of this, or can I go back? I'm not really sure what you're seeing, so I should probably be checking that. I'm gonna go back here. You can see it looks like I'm in my view all spaces. See, what I think would have been more intuitive was for me to be able to actually click and then add the URL of the manual I wanted to create. And I'm not really seeing that. So I'm not that it looks super clean. But it's not. I feel like now I've kind of jumped into a rabbit hole. I'm going to go back here. I feel like Colin should be on screen right now with his little red cat ball. Let's see what this template editor is about. So someone created this template, editing StepShot templates for Confluence. Okay, so this is this is how they used to share step by step. And you have some blueprints, you have some different pages, you have over here, this looks interesting. So what I'm showing you is basically my process of understanding how to use a particular resource. I'm going through it, and I am, I don't know, just trying to understand, like in a user testing experience. I'm just showing you exactly what I'm going through. I'm not, I haven't practiced this. I haven't gone through it because I wanted to do it raw to show my experience. Now, some of you are looking at this and you may have figured out the path that I'm looking for, and that's really great. But this is just to show you one of those paths. This is the confused path. So let's see if I'm going to be able to get out of here, because it looks like it brought me to a new a new screen, but I can't see. I have to go out of here to see what that screen is. I cannot see it because I cannot see well enough to okay, it's all that it did not show you apparently. Okay. So let's go back here. I'm going to go back to this. It popped me out of that license, so I'm sorry if you were looking at this and you could not see anymore. I'm going back to the workspace. Yeah, that's fine. I want to still figure out how to use this. I have the app. I have created a project. I now want to go into Zoom. It's running okay. I don't want to click OK to close it because I'm trying to use it. So at this point, now if you can see what I'm missing, then please do share. I think this part is a little bit frustrating because now I've been dancing around. The question is, am I able to go to Zoom and sign in? Let me see. I'm going to sign in. I'll do that. I know I'm not on camera doing that. But give me a second. I'm signing in. To hopefully it's going to work. Okay. So I'm not sure how to connect the dots between this and I'm not sure how to connect the dots between these two. And that is super frustrating. Again, any comments, anyone catching this as to how I would do that? Because I really am not seeing it, which, like I said, is super frustrating. It says it's easy to do, but it doesn't tell me how I'm doing that. I can't find it. I can't find it at all. So that is hands down. I mean, it's a super clean layout. It seems like it would be super easy to do, but once I get in here, I think it lacks intuitive click to where I would actually get started. Like I just want to make I want to work my, first project. Create, it says I was in Create and now I am out of Create. I installed the software. I have the profile. I have the settings. So this is what I do is I just go back. Let me see if in help it says something about getting started. Yes, there it is. Intro to StepShot. There's a smart idea. The most essential info on how to start with StepShot. So I'll click on this. And I mean, it is a tool for all-in-one documentation, so it shouldn't be difficult. This is maybe the case of the horse getting ahead of the carriage getting ahead of the horse. So in the Help Center, good to know, go to the Help Center. And check out this first section, which welcomes you and tells you how to get there. Let's see if they're good at doing it. Currently, I'm browsing Intro to StepShot. That's good. It lets me know where I am. It also lets me know that this was last modified on January 17th in 2019 by Sophie. Thank you, Sophie. To register for StepShot Guides, you can go to the following URL. HTTP, guides.stepshot.net /register, and you'll see sign up window that requires you. Yes, that's required, I guess. So the free plan of StepShot Guides free recording software after your first free screenshot recorder. Okay, this is telling me about it. It's not telling me actually what I want to know. It tells me about the trial plan. It's telling me about the subscription. Yes, I still have questions. This is not getting started. I'm logged in. I still don't know how to make a guide. So less impressed with that. Less impressed. Okay, capture process. Here we go. Here, this must be it. Capture process. Once clicking on a plus between steps, you can see what else could be added to. No, something is missing, and that is how do I get started with this? Capture and copy screenshots, great. Let me see if I click plus, if it does it. Something came up as an error. If I want to schedule a meeting, I can say plus. No, so it's not doing it. Not that I know. I don't see anything happening. Nope, that's not doing it. It could be one of the other processes. Again, if you are watching and you can see something that I'm missing, please let me know, because I am not seeing how this is working. That's very frustrating. And what are you seeing? Am I clicking through capture process? That's where we were. Clicking on a plus between steps. I don't want to be between steps. I need to go, maybe I need to go back and look at this. Okay, it looks like I'm not in the correct browser. Mm-hmm. And I do this. I'll go back to StreamYard. Okay, you're hanging in there, I guess. Yeah, I can test this. So far, we are spending quite a bit of time being lost, which is super frustrating. So, like I said, I am not a fan of the user experience at this point. Sorry, StepShot, you looked really good. Perhaps that's why I didn't get started with it, because it became too cumbersome. Despite what I've been saying the whole time, it looks super clean. It just is, it's evading me as to why I can't just get going with the guide. It tells me a whole bunch about the software, or it tells me a whole bunch about StepShot, but it doesn't tell it, but I'm not able to use it. It keeps describing it, but it's telling me about plans, and I don't care about the plan because I have the plan. So getting started should not, in my opinion, have register and login, free plan, and trial, and subscription cancellation. That's not really getting started. That's getting started and getting finished. But how do I engage the how do I engage StepShot to actually do what I want it to do? So guides, login, yes, register and login. Okay, this is logging in. Great. Great. Terms of service. I signed in. Yes. I'm going down here. Yes, that's not helping me. And and I am not in the window. So let's get me in the right window. Let's stop that one and move over to this so that you can follow. And that is, where is it? Now I can't see. It's super made my thing big. Yes, I'll just share my entire screen here with you. Okay. So if you can see my entire screen, I can go here. No, that's not what I want to be doing. Huh. Well, that was interesting. I didn't think that was going to be what it was doing. I didn't want it to do that. I wanted it to show something specific, and it did not do it that way. So good to know. I don't want it to show my whole screen. I want it to show a specific screen, but good question. Okay, so if I say application, I want it to show StepShot to, oh, okay, well, we did this. You do a procedure, you take a tour. Now, here's the thing is that I can't see this, and I will switch to what that says. Aha, ta-da. I don't know where I found that, but there it is. Hallelujah. I don't know how I got to that. That was an accident, which is not a good sign, but okay, cool. So in doing this, you have up here at the top, we are in StepShot, File, and View, Export, and Publish, Help. It says Start Capturing Process. So the Start Capturing Process, screenshots will be automatically captured on mouse click. Okay, we're sharing, so that's good. So if I do this, I'm wondering, again, now I want to start the process. Screenshots will automatically be captured on mouse clicks. Great. But can I do it on a URL? I want a URL. Now, the lighting is a little bit crazy here. I can't really see what I'm dealing with. It says capture process, add screenshot. Can't see what that says. Wow, this is like very difficult. Heading, empty step, process diagram. So let's start with this. I am signed in, but okay, people. Now, this is where it gets dodgy because I'll have to remember my sign in. I was signed in before, so I don't really see. And I have a classic tendency to not remember my passwords. However, this seems to be going swimmingly. Okay, so if I do this, I'm wondering if I hit capture process. I'm supposed to be able to capture the process. Okay, it says capturing area. Okay, capturing area. Press start. I want to, it's not allowing me to share this part, but I am basically looking for, I can choose the capturing area, which is full screen or an active window, selected region, stripe of an active window, and I can set my settings to capture on the process of capturing settings. I can capture with the keyboard. I can capture on the mouse click only, capture on mouse click and keyboard, and log keyboard elements. I can show the cursor. Okay, I have all these possibilities. Great. Let's see if it's going to work. I'm going to do, okay, the computer just did super. Oh no. I am working with this. computer that I'm really not fully mm, able to work with. So this is showing me, huh, I don't understand this. I am in this space and now I'm in another space. I can't show you this section, which is making me a little bit crazy. I'm going to go from this screen and we're going to go to the other screen to see about this capturing thing. It's not doing what I wanted it to do, as I mentioned earlier, which is basically super irritating. Let's see, here we go. But I will try to show you. Okay, it says it's there. It's supposed to be sharing with you this screen, but it's not. It says it's the browser can't do it. Yes, I know. Er, 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 er. Wow. Well, then that leads us to the challenge of StepShot Guides. It just didn't work to plan, people. I'm going to have to spend a little bit more time with this, and I will go through it and see what I can figure out. Up to this point, I am saying that it is not a thumbs up. It is a thumbs down at this point, or a thumbs this way. Potential this way. Uh, usability this way. Possibility is this way, which is the potential, but it probably lies somewhere here in terms of the application of using this, because if it's this difficult to get get going with it, then if you're like me, you're not going to use it. You know, if you're like, oh, a classic idea in the spirit of just in time, I would think, okay, I have a client who wants to learn how to be more proficient in Zoom. I would love to show them how to get on Zoom and how to use it and leverage it. And I would like to market, you know, like to set it up so that they are able to use this. Now I have other resources for that purpose that I have not used in such a long time, screen capture protocols that now I'm not really sure which ones are the best, because I haven't used it in such a long time. I've just done the old-fashioned way where I was screenshotting it and then going into, back in the day, I was going into PowerPoint and putting the screenshots and making my own annotations. And fortunately for you, you don't have to do that, because there is a lot of options out there for you. And we'll make a little list of what those are, but I'm going to kind of close this out because it didn't work and it's not worth spending more time on at this point. I'll get back to it, and in the uh, in the replay portion, we will have sussed it all out, or I will cut down this portion of the video to succinctly say how to walk you up to the point where I got, and then maybe even I will reach out to StepShot to find out if they can clue me in as to how to leverage this tool more effectively. So that's that for right now. Gail will be coming. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. I misspoke. We're going to be going into the next section in a half an hour. So give me a minute, and I will go into one of the elements, one of the things we were talking about. What's been happening over this last few hours. I just did almost an hour on step shots in this explore segment, and the earlier segment, we had Colin come on, who joined for a quick half hour or so, where we were discussing our aspirations and the meaning behind doing the entrepreneur hotline, and talked about entrepreneurship and our journey and our feelings about it, and uh, yeah, talked about the person who I cannot remember the name of, who was talking about purchasing resources and getting information just in time rather than just in case. And the difference being that just in case is more aspirational, is more in the future, unforeseen future. It is a way for people to buy things, to procrastinate and think maybe, I'll buy this just in case I need it sometime in the future, which often does not come to pass. So by purchasing just in case or thinking about things just in case, then you do it right before you are in need of it. And not because it's like in the 11th hour, but as you see things are necessary, that's when you get them, and not in advance. And I've been reiterating that since Colin presented that to me earlier today, because I love it so much. And I think it gives great perspective on my way of purchasing up to this point. Earlier, it would have been in fashion retail, just in case I'm going to have this meeting or I'm going to do this thing. I may need uh, these shoes, or I may need this outfit for this occasion. And often it was in connection with a sale. It's not usually walking in thinking, I'm going to go in here and pay full price for this thing that maybe I'm going to use and not use, but you get seduced by the fact that, oh my gosh, save, 50%. And you think you can't live without it suddenly. Even if you have no immediate reason for using it, you think maybe, I mean, it's such a good deal, I'll buy it. I'm sure, then I'll have it so that I don't have to pay full price when I'm ready for it. Uh, one person's psychology, perhaps not yours. However, if you feel my pain, be weary and start applying just in time over just in case. It will save you a lot of headaches. That is me closing out this segment. I am going to go over to the hotline segment part two, I think, or part three, and then kicking into segment two, uh, hotline segment two at 12, the top of the hour. Thanks.